Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mauro Tanaka, Arizona Cardinals fan right there.
There you go, on
So,
time.
did I say it right or did I say it wrong?
Oh, that's correct. Absolutely.
All right, man. I
Yeah.
sound like that wrestling announcer where I just announce your name.
Why not? Bring the excitement.
Yeah, so tell the audience about your channel and how long you've been doing your channel and what made you an Arizona Cardinal fan. And which is we'll go from there.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here, CG. Is it fine called CG or is it a better way to call
Yeah,
it? Right.
CG is what it's a short word for saying my actual government name. If you just put
Gotcha.
the initial.
Well, thank you for having me. This is actually a third 49ers channel I've been interviewing. I did with First Takes, I did with Jane and Bay. So it's been fun, talking about Arizona Cardinals against the opposing side. But yes, my name is Mauro Tanaka. I'm in a fourth year Arizona Cardinals fan, YouTube over 1K, and also congrats 2Ks on your channel, CG. Huge milestone.
Oh, thanks, man. I've been having this channel for at least almost a year, and I'm already starting to gain a little popularity here and there. But most of my content is kind of mixed up. Like you have wrestling content and then football content in general, and then I'm getting some other people promoting my channel from time to time. So it's like I did start it out as a different community where I had the reputation. My reputation was more like people looked at me as like a villain or a trash talker at that point. But I stepped away. I stepped away from that community and just took a different route. And it's kind of like changed the difference. A lot of followers, a lot of interest. They like
Right.
those X's and O's, and the best way to get your channel to grow is when you collaborate with fan base of your own or other fan base in general.
Absolutely.
Like that's how I had this channel for at least August 22nd of last year, and I kind of just switched the name to Ruthless because it has the meaning. It's a meaning of being true to yourself and speak brutally, whether they like it or not. So that's what got me to change the name. But let's talk about you on your channel in general. What's your content about? Is it like anything besides Cardinals, or is it like
Usually, yeah, majority is Cardinals. I mean, before Cardinals, I try to do a lot of stuff like 3D programming, like travel vlogs or car stuff. But once I hit like Cardinal stuff, just give a try, and then that got a hit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a Cardinals fan YouTuber. Then yeah, the rest is story. Thankfully, got the milestone of 1K, and I'm here. I'm very enjoying, and hopefully, it's great to be a part of this, Bird Gang fan base, and hopefully, just expand contents. Maybe do like a game day vlog since we're gonna be allowed to go to more games attendees. So yeah, it's gonna be excited this year for sure. So I'll try to expand more contents, but usually I talk about football.
oh, okay, so your content is strictly football, but you do like to mix it up a little bit. That's cool. So let's get on to the topic of the Cardinals. Which is the most predict what's like the most interesting position for your team that's battling in training camp that's more intriguing to you guys?
Well, we got great signings this offseason, obviously draft, but something that I really want to see is defensive side. So obviously defensive DTs, the D line defensive tackle out. It's very interesting now because you heard us recent news, but I definitely want to focus more defensive backs, like especially our cornerbacks, really make sure a lot. So since we got rid of Patrick Peterson now, a lot of young guys and mix of veterans. So that's going to be very, very great competition defensive back, especially the cornerback side.
Oh, okay. So cornerback, like majority of your roster, it's like Peterson left to Minnesota, and you guys have some young ones. Do you feel like the depth is really okay or not that much?
I'm definitely not confident, but we had another guy today from the Radars, which I completely forgot his name, but we're feeling there to try and get that competitiveness, because always competitiveness has to go. You don't want to just rely on one guy, which was Patrick Peterson, And I know we love him, but unfortunately, he's way off from prime, and we got to get rid of him. So now that we want to rebuild this like cornerback situation is going to be very refreshing. A lot of young guys just want to see hustling and just prove himself because it's going to be very interesting. So watch out for that, I guess.
Yeah, like okay, so you feel like okay, like outside of the weakness, I mean, I think you guys made some good moves with your offense. Like you got some really talented receiving core right there. I mean, signing AJ Green is like an interesting move. If he can stay healthy, he can pay off huge dividends. I mean, looking at the receiving core, even without Larry Fitzgerald, I still think that you guys have one of the most interesting receiving group right there. I mean, outside of those guys, you got my boy Keyshawn Johnson from Fresno State. Man, this guy, I don't know. I don't even know if he'll make the roster, but it's a pretty deep, talented group right there I've seen.
I mean, Keyshawn Johnson really made a spark in 2019 season. Unfortunately, 2020 because D-Hop came, so he was more focused on that. But he's definitely can be a threat. He can make some catches. He made some big-time plays. But yeah, this wide receiver situation is very great because rather than D-Hop and Larry, like else it's not as consistent. The secondary is not consistent. So we have Christian Kirk, which is solid, but the second half of this last season, he just completely collapsed and disappeared. So bringing AJ Green is definitely a key. I'm not expecting him to be like a Pro Bowler. I mean, he could because this connection between Kyle is going to be important, depending on Larry comes back or not. So bring up the form, stay healthy, and just bring that veteran leadership, I guess. So the skill set that because I'm pretty sure he still has. He's far off from prime, I'm pretty sure, but he still got it.
Well, a change of scenery can be a good situation for a guy like AJ Green who's been injured for the last couple of seasons. So I mean, if you think about it, sometimes when they get a change of scenery, it's always for the better. That's just how like I've seen a lot of players who were great for a while and then the injuries and stuff started to affect them. But when they go elsewhere, they seem to want to prove something. So I think that AJ Green signing with Arizona just seems intriguing because if he's healthy, I think he gives you guys more of a good offense. Kind of may not be as the same receiver like he was with the Bengals, but he may have the production a little bit like Fitzgerald did last year. Maybe that's the impact you might get out of AJ Green. I mean, drafting that rookie receiver from Purdue, Rondé Moore. Whoa, you guys are just going all in for receivers. It's like you guys are not playing around.
Kyle likes him. That's going to be a big expectation from him, too. A buff guy can make some big plays and big time moments. So,
I mean, then drafting that kid, Zayn Collins, I just didn't even think that was exactly the pick, but it's been an issue with your defense. I mean, even though Simmons is a really hybrid linebacker for you guys, but you drafted a linebacker who supposedly is replace Hicks, Jordan Hicks. Yep. I think Jordan Hicks is a liability for you guys, so that's probably why you drafted Collins.
It's great to have another dynamic linebacker.
So
I mean, when we drafted,
as far as
go ahead.
Oh no, you were talking about the dynamic linebacker. My bad, must have.
Oh no, it's okay. I was saying it was really weird getting a back-to-back linebacker, but think about it, it makes sense because those linebackers we have now, excluding Isaiah Simmons, it's kind of slow. They're not as physical, and they have been disappointed. Like especially Devondre Campbell, Jordan Hicks, Devon Kennard. Those guys are not fast, especially if put Jeff Wilson, you guys will burn us. So that's what happened. We got washed out. And yeah, having Zaven Collins definitely can make an impact, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's like a natural linebacker, like a physical thumper type linebacker, but he's got some solid coverage skills. I've seen. I was like surprised by that pick. I would have thought maybe the Cardinals would have went a different route. I would have thought maybe cornerback, but there was nobody there. So I think linebacker. Dude. I wanted J.C. Horn too, but too bad we traded up to that number 3 spot. But AZ was saying the same exact thing. He wanted JC Horn also, and I'm like, wow, man, you guys have that hope that number 16 pick that JC Horn slides. Nope, goes to Carolina. Goes to Carolina. So let's get on to that basic topic of the Cardinals. Okay, since we play you guys twice a year, which is the one player that you keep hearing a lot of buzz about that we might need to watch out for?
For our player,
like
right?
On offense. Yeah.
Well, I heard from First Takes and J and Bay, they say Kyler is a pain. But D Hop, we got offense is pretty stacked up, especially we got Rodney Hudson center, so our pass protection is definitely boosted up. So those we can compete with you guys D line, but I'll say don't sleep on Chase Edmonds or running back. He's not the flashiest, he's not the dynamic guy. He's not like Alvin Kamara or Derrick Henry, but when he's there, he definitely makes some consistent plays and definitely can be a threat. So I'll say watch for a running back because people are kind of overlooking.
Oh, okay. Chase Edmonds, yeah, I've heard of him. A little bit of flashy at times. Like when he had his opportunities to play last year, a lot of people in the fantasy football world. Yeah, a lot of guys in that fantasy football world, they had Chase Edmonds on their roster too because of the points. But yeah, he was solid. He did show some flashes. He really seemed explosive. There were some plays where he was very explosive, not as flashy like you said, but he could make some good runs. So that's a good one right there. I would have never thought you would have mentioned that guy, but hey, that guy could be as good as Kenyon Drake was last year. Maybe he might be the guy. And then you got what's his name, James Conner, which he's more like he's probably going to be more of the
well. What am I supposed to do? Hold up a second. Well, that is not good. I think he'll be back, I believe. Keep talking? Okay, I mean, what do you guys want to know about the Cardinals since we just talked about our depth chart? Let's say, well, you guys mentioned James Conner. James Conner is going to be an interesting one, but I don't know because he was very dynamic in the first 2018 when he got Pro Bowl, but we'll see. Chase Edmonds is definitely more reliable. Your thoughts on Jones? Oh, Chandler Jones. It's weird. I mean, our front staff, it's definitely atrocious, as you guys know, because that's one of the reasons why the Cardinals are definitely a losing franchise, not compared to the 49ers, which have multiple Super Bowl. Well, congrats for that. But I mean, those guys are stars, so they definitely deserve money. Like I'll say 2-year extension, but I don't know what they're doing. So it's a disappointment for foreign organizations, but I just hopefully they just pay that money because he's a star. What about our coach? Yeah, our coach is a concern. Cliff Kingsbury, the coach from the Arizona Cardinals, is a pain so far. I mean, second year, I mean, he turned his offense from like the last in 2018 to like top 15, top 10. And in terms of total yards, I think top 5 last season. So that was very good in that term. But is he ready for a coach? But I don't think that's the case. If he's a great offensive coach, like offensive coordinator, I'll give a heads off. But he's definitely not an NFL ready coach. He's definitely hot seat. And yeah, we have to see this year. Because coaching is a key. If coaching is not good, then pretty much you just have to rely on Kyler Murray to do everything, which you guys know. Hey, pay your time. Yeah, we're having some excuse me, technical difficulties that I'm talking with you guys CG right now. He said technical difficulty. I'll go back in a bit. Let me restart our phone. So yeah, you say he couldn't win with Mahomes in college. I mean, that's the thing of those, air raid type of college. Like same for Oklahoma when Kyle or Baker was. They never won like championship. They couldn't even win a Rose Bowl. So those schools just really rely on the offense, and they don't take. I'm not saying they don't take care of defense, but offense is just a huge key. Just focus on really on the offense. So they're trying to just outscore and trying to win. That looks like same with Texas Tech and Oklahoma. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury is a great quarterback coach. I can say that because Mahomes, Baker, Kyler, Johnny Football, and Case Keenum, I believe. So that's a lot of quarterbacks out there. Yeah, Peo. Sorry, I'm taking over just a second because this is not my channel, but it's not to be silent. So you're right. Thanks for pushing me down. Simmons, yep. Yeah, we got some Jets flying over. Isaiah Simmons, definitely you need to watch out. Second year, first year, Raheem Mostert, you guys saw in first game, he burned Isaiah Simmons. Well, that was a bad read, bad coverage. But yeah, I mean, if he get used to this game, because that pick on Sunday Night Football against Russell Wilson really gave him confidence. Oh, look who's back. You gonna come back?
Oh, my bad, bro. No, it was technical difficulty. I swear,
no
bro.
I was answering your subscriber's question.
Nah, it wasn't. It's just a stupid reception or something like that, and then it just keeps popping out. And I'm like, I've been having it since like the other day, and it's kind of been very annoying. I never had the issues with the StreamYard with the difficulties in, so it's like sometimes StreamYard can be good, but the part depends on where the reception is. But it's not as bad in this reception. I don't get it. So sometimes I have to restart the phone and then it gets back in. So my apology.
It's your back. There you go.
Yeah,
hey,
I did inbox you.
Rams.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I had to come back and fix the stream. My bad. I take serious accountability on this, but I guess the StreamYard's been like a B word on me, man. All right, so let's get back to the basics of what you were saying about the Cardinals. I had bad reception for that quick second, so we were getting to let's get back to where you were saying about the players on your offense. You said something about the running back Chase Edmonds. I totally agree. He could be the sleeper. He could be the guy that people should pick up in fantasy football. If you're a fantasy football person, you might need to draft Chase Edmonds. That's what I think. I mean, he's got receiving skills too, so maybe that's a dark horse right there. Yeah. So on defense, who's that breakout star player for the Cardinals that you might just say, hey, he can be good this year?
Everyone will say Isaiah Simmons might have a breakout year, but I would like to give a little bit shout out to my cornerback, Byron Murphy Jr., a cornerback from I think this is his third year. He made that shutdown defense shutdown one fourth quarter against Jimmy G on first game. You guys were, close to the end zone. And he was number 33 who tapped out. So that's the guy. So, he's physical. He's getting smarter. He's not fast. He's not shut down, but he's learning every game. He's getting some starting job right now. So he's now going to compete with our new signing, Malcolm Butler, who makes a big play in the Super Bowl, as you guys know. So, but yeah, I want to give a shout out.
The guy that stole the repeat from Seattle. Yeah. So okay, I can see why you would say Byron Murphy. That's the same guy who just ruined our season opener when that's the same guy. I swear. Okay, so Chase Edmonds, that's a smart way to say on offense. Byron Murphy, damn, you're getting there. You know your stuff, man. You know your stuff right there. So okay, so as far as the teams in general, what's your biggest weakness on your team that may concern you the most as a Cardinals fan?
Does include coach. All the
Kingsbury.
players.
Oh, okay.
I'll say coaching.
Okay. So you think it's a lot to do with the coaching staff than it is with the players? Okay.
Well, not coaching staff, like especially our head coach Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, sometimes college coaches don't always succeed at the next level.
He's in a hot seat. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, hot seat because his play calling is a little bit suspect at times. Like sometimes he gets too cute, and that doesn't work in the NFL. You can do that in college, but when it comes down to the NFL, it is a complete different story. Okay, so looking into it, you guys did a pretty good draft class. Like outside of all the players, name one player that just made you so happy, like you were jumping excited, like, yeah, we got him. Which player that came to mind that you wanted the whole time that your team drafted?
Well, I'm gonna say Randall Moore, but before that, I actually want to pick up our guy. He's a cornerback, Marco Wilson from Florida.
Oh, the cornerback. Okay, the one from Florida.
Oh, yes, you know that he's the one who threw the shoe against LSU, if you know that game. So, which cost them a game. Unfortunately, first when I drafted, I was like, why did we draft this guy? This guy literally, like, because of his arrogance, decision making, made the team lose. Like losing decision. Like it was complete his fault. Like, why would you get this guy? But again, we need cornerback. And he definitely has a skill set. He's obviously not a top out there, but he was projected very high, a starter for big team such as Florida. But yeah, one play like that, his stock definitely went down. But I think he still can make it over and prove it, because we need some young talents, and we need this competitiveness again on this cornerback depth chart. Marco Wilson is my pick.
Okay. Marco Wilson, yeah, the guy from Florida. I heard he just seems like he was a starting corner at Florida, and I guess he was considered at least a third-round grade or something. And then I guess he slid down a little bit. There was this cornerback that you guys drafted from Central Florida also, and he had top grades also, but he slid all the way. And you guys got him in the sixth round.
Cincinnati?
Yes, I think his name is Zay or McGowan or whatever his name is.
There's Tay Gwen and James.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he had some top grades, but I guess he slid down.
That was big.
So, how do you feel about your kicker, man? I know that Zane Gonzalez was the one that cost you boneheaded kicks, but did you guys get a new kicker, or you still got that same old kicker?
Well, we got a new kicker, thankfully. We got a NFL longest field goal made in history. Yes, Matt Prater.
Oh, Matt Prater, yeah, he kicked a 64-yard, I believe.
Yeah, when he was in Denver.
So yeah, and then he went to Detroit. Yeah, he was in Detroit for those previous seasons after he left the Broncos. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Oh, that's Zane.
I mean, he cost us a lot of games, so hands down.
Wasn't he the same guy that actually cost Cleveland some games too, and he got cut also?
Indeed.
Oh man,
he did a strong season 2019, but he fell off. So
usually kickers are replaceable at times because sometimes they miss meaningful kicks, but sometimes it is hard to find a good kicker. There's always consistency with kickers always matter because it always determines on the field goal of who makes the 3 points. But the interesting part about the Cardinals, especially when we play them twice a year, it's always a tough one. It's hard for us to run the ball on you guys. It's hard at times when you guys got those edge rushers. You guys have ways to play us good. We always tend to struggle. And it frustrates me that we always got to play crappy against you guys every now and then. It's like when we play you guys, we're playing sloppy. We're playing like we don't even belong in the lead the way you guys play us. It's like, man, But the previous seasons, like the previous years before we had Shanahan, you guys were on a winning streak against us, and it was like, man, even if we were like a good team, you guys seem to always come and beat us out of nowhere. And it's just like you just have that kind of, I guess it has to do with the fact that you know us for so many years and you just have that strategy how to beat us. But that safety, the guy you guys got, Buda Baker, hey, dude, he knows he goes after Kittle, my boy, and goes at that knee, bro. But I guess he was just playing by the way he's playing. But man, dude, that guy I guess that guy Buda Baker likes to play dirty a little bit, don't you think, or not?
I mean, I would say unfortunate, so we'll apologize for that. But I mean, if you're getting that money, then you gotta play hard. So I didn't think he honestly did dirty. I just saw unfortunate. It was a lower leg injury week 1, so
Yeah. So I guess some people kind of look at it like the way he was tackling. Maybe his tackling was a little like now I start to see the way he plays. He gets too feisty, but I think he just plays the game the way he's supposed to play, even if
he's
it
very
seems
aggressive
questionable.
though. He goes
Yeah,
like
aggressive. Yeah, even as a defender, a guy like him just puts his body out there, so I can get that. But so when it comes down to the players, okay, like the one thing that may concern me as a Niners fan on my team with the position battle is like cornerback. Like outside of Barrett and Mosley and Williams, I don't have no confidence in them. And it just doesn't seem to like if we would have just signed somebody like Steven Nelson or somebody else, I would have felt okay with the signings. But no, we got a rookie, Aubrey Thomas. I like him. I do like the kid, but I just don't know I don't know what he's capable of. You know, playing college is a lot different than playing at the NFL level. And then you draft a kid like Lenore. I don't know what to expect out of him, but I'm hoping they are good. But then when you got a guy like Dante Johnson, I don't have no confidence in that guy. I'd rather have Kept Witherspoon than keep Johnson any day of the week. But hey, that's not my decision. But it gives me more concern that the fact that we didn't even address a lot of the secondary. Safety was a pretty deep depth-wise that I believe in. And I like the fact that when we got the safety players, we signed Tony Jefferson, who's got like quality leadership. He was with the Cardinals, but I don't think he's nothing more than what you call the in-the-box safety, not quite a cover guy. He's more like kind of like a linebacker type safety. I really like that Tavon Wilson guy. He's very underrated, plays the nickel, plays anywhere at the DB spots, but he's a safety. I'm just not a big fan of Jimmy Ward. I'm just not. Hate to say it, but I'm not convinced with that guy. Jaquowski Tart, bringing him back was a huge dividends. Like when he's healthy, he's a good player. But then I like the draft that we draft that safety from UFC. That was the one pick that pumped me up. When we got him in the 5th round, I was like, oh, holy cow, we got this guy. We got Troy Polamalu's Benian. He looked like he was Troy Polamalu, but I was like, damn, we got that guy in the 5th round. I thought he had 3rd round grade.
Don't you guys have your defensive coordinator, right? Anymore? Rob Saleh, was it?
Yeah, he went to the Jets, unfortunately. But I think with DeMeco Ryans just he should be able to do fine. I think the difference with him and Saleh is I think he's going to probably be a little more aggressive. He's going to probably blitz a little bit more. Saleh was always vanilla. He never blitzed as much. So maybe with DeMeco Ryans, we will get to be aggressive and blitz a little bit more.
That's going to be tough for Kyler.
Yeah. And then we just signed Samson Ebicom, who's familiar with Kyler Murray, and he's familiar with Russell Wilson. So it's been the biggest issue when we play against teams like Arizona and Seattle. It comes down to the mobile quarterback, and it gives us the headaches. Like it makes me like, come on, stop the damn quarterback already. It's like it does that. Like anytime we try to like get to the quarterback, they seem to sneak away. Like Russell Wilson will squeak his way out. Kyler Murray squeak out and run for a 1st down or something, and it just frustrates me. But that's the one thing that just really concerns me the most is like the mobile quarterbacks. We just don't seem to know how to contain them. So it's like I like the fact we have a good, talented defense, but I just think the weakness is slowing down those mobile quarterbacks.
Okay. Very well.
Yeah. So let's get on to the. So okay, like as your prediction, what do you feel about your team's season? Like, what's your own prediction of the Cardinals if you had to be realistic?
So we do have 17 games, right? 16. So last year I predicted like what was it? 10, like 9, 7, 10, 6, something like that, but we fell short 8-8. But this year, one more game. We got to make playoffs. That should be the normal. So I would say 11-6. So that's 17. Yeah, 11-6. And second place in the NFC West division, wild card.
Okay, so you see your team as a wild card team, but so I guess you are a very optimistic Cardinals fan. So
I mean,
since
I
you
don't
guys have
soccer and get beat up, so
so okay, just wondering as a fan of the Cardinals, how optimistic do you feel? I mean, I see a lot of these AZ fans having that optimistic mindset. Like, yeah, you guys signed one of the best defenders of that decade, JJ Watt. I mean, the guy brings quality leadership. You bring back a guy who was a great receiver of the decade. When healthy, he's exceptionally good. I mean, that kind of shows the ceiling of the Cardinals, the expectation. So, man, so as a wild card team, that would kind of be like exactly the expectation you would want for the Cardinals. Like, if they can win at least 10 or 11 games, that's still yeah, it's a win-win, and it would take the pressure off of Kingsbury for right now. So, who would be the okay? So, since you just said your team is like, if you had your prediction going second place, who would be the team going first place in that division? If you had to be realistic.
You guys.
Oh, you think we got a chance to go first place?
49ers. I mean, if you guys healthy, you guys are championship team, so there's no doubt. I mean, Seahawks, their defense is. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but they've been struggling. Their defense were pretty bad like the first half of the season. You know, defense wins championship. We don't know what's gonna happen with the Rams, but they can be the dark horse. But you gotta watch out for Arizona. But San Francisco championship team. I mean, you know what happens. First place.
Oh, okay, man. I can respect your opinion about it. I mean, it's good to feel optimistic, but man, you're giving my team some love when we're like really much unproven at this point. And I hate to be as critical about my team, but man, when was the last time we were healthy? 2019. Can we be as good as we were before? That will be the question mark. That will be the question mark.
We were bad on 2018 season. Remember that? And the Rams took it over.
Yeah.
We were just bad. You guys were injured. So
we were just like how you guys were. Remember the time when you guys had Carson Palmer and you guys had the team, but you guys went with
there's still concerns because we haven't beat the Rams like since 2017 to 16. So you still got to give credit to the Rams, but I just want to beat them, to be honest. We beat you guys once a season. We beat Seahawks once a season. So we got to beat the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are like your kryptonite. And to be honest with you, it seems like the Rams are what you call the other way around for us. So maybe that's a good, valid point. We've owned the Rams for quite a while, but Arizona just hasn't been able to beat the Rams either. And we just haven't fared well against Seattle. So Seattle had our ways. The Rams always seem to give problems to you guys and Seattle. I think when it comes down to it, I think it come down to 3 teams in that division making that playoffs. Like,
imagine everyone making the wild card, the playoffs.
Yeah, I do think it can come down to 3 teams in that spot. I mean, Arizona, it's a make or break year because Kingsbury has to get that winning formula in Arizona. They got to win, where it can be like you just said. He'll be on the hot seat. So Yeah, the thing with Arizona is the defense was the issue last year. They were ranked, what is it, 23rd, I mean, 23rd in defense overall, right? But they
Yeah,
were
there's games
last.
that defense just didn't show up. There's that. So, I mean, the one good example is against like the last game we played against. So I think week 16, you guys played our home, win by 20 and 12. I mean, Colin was trying to do everything, but the defense couldn't stop like Jeff Wilson, and you guys almost killed our quarterback. So
Yeah, like if we're talking 2019, your defense was ranked 31st that year, and you guys were like still a young building team because you were rebuilding from Kyler Murray. Because the previous year you had Josh Rosen and you traded him to Miami, and at the time you guys were giving us the most problems, even with a terrible defense at the time. You guys were ranked 31st.
yeah,
Usually, a team that's ranked 31st, you can get your way with them, but we didn't have our way with Arizona. Arizona gave us some problems. So it's like anytime we play you guys, it's like we're not going to blow you guys out. It's going to be like an ugly, close game where either you guys come up and
always
beat us.
competitive. Except we against the Rams, they always beat the snot of us.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
all the same. Yeah, the division games. Okay, like I think NFC West is just the best division in football because
Oh,
you're not going to
absolutely.
get you're not going to get a blowout. You're not going to get an ugly outcome. But some people keep saying that the AFC North is the best division. If you take away the Bengals out of that division, then I would agree with you. But no, that's not even a debate. I mean, yeah. So, man, dude, it seems more intriguing how we're debating about it. But like,
Mateo's
okay,
not
for
happy.
yeah, man. So you know what? Okay, so are you more excited about your team's alternate jerseys? Is it about the same, or are they going throwback a little bit?
Our jerseys. Well, I heard that this year they're not really gonna do nothing. I mean, they might, but haven't heard nothing. I know next year they're trying to bring this like what is it, Oregon looking jersey, like wings here. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
some rumors there with a new uniform, I mean jersey, because ours getting outdated. Even I love the color, but texture is pretty simple. Just say Cardinals and a Nike. You don't even have like a Cardinals logo is in the back. So I mean I like our color rush in away ones, an alternative, but the home ones definitely need some improvement.
Yeah, the color rush ones were nice like, for the team's previous years. Like I missed the black jerseys of what my team had, but unfortunately we went back to the '94 colors. So like, so
Oh
for
yeah,
you
Jerry
as
were wearing right. I saw it on IG.
yeah, okay. So which is like your most favorite Cardinal jersey color? Do you like the red, or you like the black, or do you like the white plain, or which one that you like the most as a fan?
I mean, I want to say Cardinals red because that's the team, but my favorite is the color rush, the black and red. I think if that's the
Oh, okay.
one we play against 2019 Thursday night game, me against you.
Oh, okay.
We wear
That's
like
intriguing.
black and the number was red. That's a color rush one. I like that one. That's sick.
Oh, so okay, so there was a blue AZ jersey. Man, I didn't know about that. Probably a long time ago.
I mean, there's a Pro Bowl blue jersey with a Cardinals logo. I know that.
All right, so let's get to the next question about as you as a fan. So, what made you a Cardinals fan, and what player from the Arizona Cardinals that just got you to say, you know what, that's going to be my team because of that guy, and you became a fan
It was
since?
a funny story. 4 years ago, I just came here from Japan. We just moved, new place, and we just on highway, just moving around. And I saw this huge, gigantic, metal-looking UFO building, which later I found out it was a football stadium. So I was like, I like soccer, but I never watched football. So I was like, all right, well, let me give it a try. What is like a national sport look like, and why Americans like? And yeah, I mean, I went to the stadium. The atmosphere is another level. The game is definitely another level. Even 2018 was one of the worst years. The first game I watched was against Seattle, so that was divisional. Even we lost, but it was a tight game, very emotional. So I mean, Larry was there. I mean, I only saw Larry like down the stretch, I noticed more like he was a legend because at the first, couple games, I wasn't sure what was like football game look like, but once you step that stadium, you fall in love. Even you lost, I started supporting this team, and at the end, 4-year stretch, I'm here.
Okay, so it just came down to Larry Fitzgerald. Man, Larry Fitzgerald was bringing a lot of that AZ connection. I mean, hey, that explains now that you became a fan because of number 11. So, okay, so let's get on the other debate of the topic. So you said you came from Japan, but were you ever into like Japanese wrestling or anything like that, or no?
Well, I wasn't really. I mean, I knew it, like you heard on TV stuff like that, but I was more like soccer kid stuff like that. So I'm not really into it. I mean, I watch WWE now sometimes, and like I just watch UFC. So just trying to see a lot of sports, what makes exciting. So it's definitely a must watch. They're gonna have a SmackDown here in Phoenix with John Cena, so that's gonna be interesting.
Oh man, oh man, dude, that's gonna be epic. So okay, like I went down to that stadium before, like Arizona Stadium, like the Cardinals. Went down there one time. I had a picture with that Pat Tillman statue. I checked out the
Yeah,
stadium.
that's beautiful.
It's nice. Don't get me wrong. Been down Levi Stadium also, but if you check out the difference, I mean, Cardinals, you can look at the difference of what they have.
We need a
But
dome.
Levi,
We need a dome.
there's a dome.
It's
There's
hot.
a dome.
Come on.
It's hot in the dome, man. But in Levi, you got outdoors, so there's a difference.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it doesn't compare to Candlestick Park where I got to go to the game one time. But yeah, so I got family right down. Yeah, I got family down Chandler, so it's like maybe like 40-minute drive or something like that. But one of my cousins, I wouldn't say she's a real fan because before she was a Dan Marino fan and she was a Raider fan for a little bit, and then she's all of a sudden a Cardinals fan. Come on. Pick a team, cousin. Pick a team. Nope. Guess she only liked Larry Fitzgerald.
There you go.
Yeah, so like that's the thing about it. Wrestling is good too for some reasons, but I remember like a while back there was this one wrestler who was with the Arizona Cardinals, but now he's such a heel. He's a heel now. He's like a bad dude. He's like a bad dude dressed like a biker or dressed like an Applebee's employee. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin. Never knew about that.
Never heard of that.
Never knew about him. Like you can just Google the Baron Corbin with the Cardinals and it pops up, but he looks a lot different.
Wow.
Interesting. He came from playing pro football and then he realized that it wasn't for him, so he stuck with wrestling after that. So it's kind of like crazy that you saw guys like Roman Reigns. He was on the Jaguars for a short time, went to Canadian football, and he just didn't pan out in pro football. So it's like a lot of the connections with people these days, it's like football has a little bit of connection with other sports. Like guys like,
that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a big deal. But as a person becoming a Cardinals fan, did you really like felt like it was home the moment you came here, or are you just still getting the hang of the difference here?
It was definitely something new, football. But again, the moment you step that field, you're a fan. Even we sucked that season, 3-13, but I really did enjoy football. I learned a lot, and yeah, I mean, we started support from bottom to the top. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's fine, man. I mean, that's how you find your passion for the sport. If you like what you see, even if the record speaks for itself, it's like you're just here to support the team. Like for me, I've been through the worst times as a Niners fan. 2-14, two different seasons. Like Dennis Erickson in 2004, that was a disaster year. Chip Kelly, like before we hired Kyle Shanahan, disaster. It's like I mean, sometimes you just have to stick with the team through the ups and downs. And coming from a guy like you supporting a team that has yet to win championship, but you have the passion, you have the admiration to support them, and I got to give you credit. Even for a person, I mean, you could have picked the Cowboys, you could have picked other teams like mine, but you like the Cardinals, so I gotta give you the credit and give you some respect out of that. I mean, it's good team spirit. So as far as looking forward to the season, I think you guys give us the most fits besides Seattle. So what team that you look forward to that you just say, you know what, I like to play this team every year, or different team?
Definitely Seattle. Seattle's very tough. Don't get me wrong. Every single team is tough. You never underestimate a team, but Seattle's another level. So every time we play against Seattle, I try to respect, but it's the most hate team. So that I hate it. So we get heat up. We do get heat up. I mean, again, I told you that the first game I watched was against Seattle, and we lost that game. We step out the stadium, you hear
that gets
people
me
chanting
right
Seahawks. You'd be like, you know what? That's the team we want to beat.
That's the team we want to beat.
You're not going to let my team hear that. So we want to beat them. That's the team. I'm going to beat it. That's Seattle.
Even when you guys got beat ugly by Seattle, there was that upset time where you guys barely beat them at their home field. So sometimes you guys play ugly and then you guys play spoilers. So it could be either way. But man, dude, it's great time streaming and chit chatting, dude. Like man, so you've been in the U.S. for 5 years, or what is it, 4 years?
This is gonna be my fourth. Yeah.
Okay. At least you got to enjoy the American dream style, and
except the heat here. I will never.
The heat.
3G. No thanks.
Oh, talking about the heat, do not come to Fresno. That is worse than dry heat. We're talking sweat like hogs. Like you're gonna sweat. There's a difference. But yeah,
maybe Bay. I'll show up in Bay maybe.
Bay Area is the better weather. You go down San Francisco, you go down the Bay Area. It's a lot cooler.
I thought your stadium's in San Jose.
Nah, I don't live down San Jose. I have family down there.
Oh,
I stay down.
Your stadium.
Oh, that's in Santa Clara. Santa Clara. It's right down San Jose. It's connected to San Jose, but it's just right down the corner. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, dude. Like the thing I like about our division is we give it our best. Whether records out the window, we can have like a perfect season for all we want, but when we played our division, it's out the window. It don't mean nothing. So like,
you saw Seattle versus Rams, right, in the playoff.
Yeah, and the Rams didn't even win the division. It was Seattle that won that division, but they lost. So it doesn't really mean
quarterback.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Jared Goff when he had the broken thumb, and he was off the bench. He came off the bench.
She'll beat the Seahawks. That's
a nine-figure. What is it? 9-figure Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Hey. At least 9-figure Jared Goff beat the Seahawks in the playoffs off the bench. Yeah, but in all seriously, man, looking forward to the season. Near future, we'll definitely collaborate more. But I apologize for the difficulty, man. A lot of haven't had any issues with StreamYard until yesterday, and then it's been acting up. And I guess yeah. I don't know. I'm giving it a chance, and it's still like in good progress. It's just maybe I had to always reset the thing again. So
for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe one day with like 2 49ers fans, with like 2 Cardinals fans, like me and AZ, you and Jane Bay, something like we can try something like that. So.
Oh yeah. You know what? We can have a Niner and Cardinal debate.
We did it before the Hail Mary, the Bills game we win. We did like a 2. Was it Dan Mitchell, I think, 2 Buffalo Bills fan, and me and AZ, and they're pretty much trash talking us the entire time. So that was fun after the game to see.
Yeah,
we're not trash talkers. People say like, why are you gonna like let them talk like that? I was like, the game hasn't started yet.
Well, they get too ahead of themselves. It backfires you when you get ahead of yourself. So sometimes you gotta think before you say something.
I just don't want to be that loudmouth guy. So.
Oh, so you're the humble guy. You're the one that doesn't think ahead. Okay, I like that.
Game is game.
Gotta stay humble. That's the truth. So So for anybody else that hasn't checked out Mauro Tanaka, be sure to check out his channel. In the near future, we're gonna definitely collaborate again. And I sincerely need to get the StreamYard together. That's all. But maybe it's already based by the reception. But I'm still here. But But everybody else, man, thank you for congrats on the 2K. I don't know if I am on 2K yet. It says 2K, but it doesn't really officially say 2K. It just says 1999. I think it says 1999, if I'm mistaken. I looked up the what is it, the sub count, and it says 1999, not 2000, but I guess it just counts as 2000.
I mean, people say it's 1999. It's dollars is a $20, so right.
So I mean, you had your channel for how many years?
This is since 2018, I think. I mean, I previously had it, but it was just more for fun, and I did my mistake and I got banned, so I made a new one.
Oh, okay. Kind of like the same thing I did when I had the original channel. I just wasn't. It was for fun, and then I just stepped away from that channel and changed up the platform.
Like Nerf gun stuff when I was a kid. So
yeah. So is there anybody else who can follow you on which social media besides YouTube? Which like what would they follow you by?
Instagram. Instagram is the most I follow it. So that's how I communicate with you. I'm pretty active and stuff. See, threads, stuff like that, sources.
Yeah. So were you joking about the part where AZ didn't follow you or something? Because I thought at first you were.
I thought he'd follow me, but since I saw like, oh, you follow AZ, I was like, let me check who follows. It's like, hold on a second, he doesn't follow me. I was like, come on, man.
Hey, AZ.
I collabed with him a couple of times already.
Yo, AZ. Hey, AZ. Go follow your boy. He said you don't follow him on Instagram, man. What is up with that? You're leaving the Cardinal behind?
He's doing live stream, and I don't think he's gonna hear this.
Nah, he checks in every now and then, but he just inboxed me, so we might just have a stream maybe by next week. Hopefully, better reception. He's probably gonna say, "Hey, what happened? What happened?"
There you go.
Yeah, man. So appreciate you on the stream.
Thank you.
It was great debating. We were just having a good time, laughing and joking here and there. But
I took over the channel for a couple of minutes, though.
Yeah, I know. I was gone for a second, and it was like, oh, gotta reset the phone. That's what Pale said. Pale says it could be like that too. So
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually don't live stream, so
I guess First Takes had the I guess First Takes had an issue with restreaming. That's what happened that last time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we first streaming. He did not record it, and we have to do it again. So, but hey,
man,
it works.
So we got
hey, that's fine.
So we got that Cardinal voodoo. I'm just playing. Yeah. I'm just playing, bro. I'm playing.
I don't understand jokes, so try on me because I don't understand it.
No. Like voodoo, as in like anytime you go in, the reception comes off.
Okay, there you go.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. But in all seriously, man, good luck to your team on the season, except against my team twice a year. But hey,
exactly the same thing.
We'll definitely collaborate when we play against you guys. Maybe I'll get AZ in and you too, so we can debate. Maybe we'll have Jane debate also, so we can all have a
touch on your empire too when I have time.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
Pleasure.
Looking forward.
No problem. Anytime. Yeah, do anytime. Good stream so far. It was great. It started out good until the reception went off, then it went back up to the air. So it's all good.
There you go.
But let me know any other time if you want to collaborate. Like football season is going to be coming down the corner. We could debate football when we play against each other, and
I think before the season, like after the preseason, would be perfect though. That's why Jane Babe First Take talked to me, just want to do a preview of all guys because you're doing a tour right now, so
yeah, we can preview it also and all that. So when it comes to the season,
maybe mid of season 2 playoffs.
Yeah, I want to do like a preview week when we play against you guys, and I can have you on the stream, or I can go on your stream. It doesn't matter to me. We can debate about it and give us our analysts and preview of what we think, what to expect, and all that. So, yeah, dude. So You're definitely giving me something to look forward to, man. Like I want to collaborate with every bit of my own division at least. I mean, besides my own fan base. No offense to you guys, but I like to mix it up a little bit. I like to see different opinions.
For sure.
Earlier, I was debating with an Eagles fan. Yeah, an Eagles fan. I know it's kind of strange, but I like to hear what they got to say. So like I like what you think. You're optimistic. So you think realistically you could be a wild card team. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's anything's
I mean,
possible
tough.
because you guys, yeah, it's tough division and you
Like
guys play
everything can
tough too.
happen.
So yeah,
It's
you guys
football.
play tough, so it's anybody's game. So yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to it, man. We're gonna end the stream in a bit. Anybody else what is this guy? Is this an Arizona Cardinal fan too? King Savage Kool-Aid?
Probably. I mean, he's the one who was saying like keep like talking when you're gone. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, everybody remembers Pat Tillman, the guy that sacrificed and saved his own country. He was a good player. He's a legend.
Yeah, I mean, like when I came in, I didn't know nothing. So when I see the stats, like, who is this guy? Right? You'd be like, and you saw his document. I was like, man, that's tough. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Like since you first came in, of course you're not gonna know who that is because you're just coming from the country. You're like, wonder who this guy is. I keep hearing his name a lot.
Yeah.
And then it gets to you, and you say, you know what? He is a legend.
Carter forever. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, have a good day.
I'll
inbox you, give you a time and day, whatever you want to come onto the stream.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Everybody else, me and Mauro Tanaka is out. And go Niners, and you can say your Go Cards.
Go Cards. Yeah.
All right, man. Have a good one, bro.
Thank you. See you later.
All right. Peace, everybody. Thanks for coming on the stream.